So today we're joined here with Gharib, lightweight boxer from All Stars Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
Nice to have you on the show, my man.
Thank you very much for having me.
Cool. So you've seen the first 3 episodes. Funnily enough, all of those boxers have been from Neasden Boxing Club.
Yeah.
You're my first interviewee from All Stars from a different gym.
Yeah.
And you've seen a couple of the episodes, so you know what it's about. You know it's just to give the audience a bit of an insight on yourself and everything.
Right, yeah.
And doing some research on you and watching some of your past interviews, in one of them, you said something that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
You said, growing up, I never had any really good role models around me.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
So could you tell me a bit about that? Whereabouts are you from?
I originally grew up on Harrow, and everyone around us wasn't doing nothing really positive.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of not looked up to them, but I saw them as they were older lot in it, so I respect them and that. And I thought what they was doing is cool and that. But I started with one day I was just watching Rocky in my auntie's house, and I just thought, let me give boxing a go. No one's actually told me or took me to the gym or forced me to go to the gym. I wanted to go.
Let's growing up in Harrow Road. What's some of the worst things that you grew up seeing, kind of thing?
You see shootings, you see stabbings.
You've seen that with your own.
I've seen people come and shoot. I've seen stabbings. I've seen people get beat up.
Mm-hmm.
People until this day now, from when I was young, I've seen people change from the drugs and just life getting to them. They just don't look the same. So I'm just blessed where I am today.
Talk about that. A lot of people, amongst our age group, they smoke weed and stuff like that. But for some reason, everyone denies the fact that smoking weed actually has an adverse effect on you. Do you know what I mean?
Because the weed of today is more like chemicals. It's not really pure like how it was before. And what you don't understand is people don't just smoke weed.
Mm-hmm.
When weed's not giving them the buzz no more, behind closed doors, you don't know, they could be gambling, they could be taking crack, heroin. We don't know what drugs they're taking behind closed. We don't know what impact life has had on them. Everyone's battling their own demons inside their head. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We just, from what we see, we can just see in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think it's all come into one and play the effect on people.
Okay, so you grew up around all this. You saw this stuff firsthand.
Yeah.
How did you manage to not get involved? So what was your interest growing up then? What deterred you from that kind of lifestyle?
I don't know. If I'm honest with you, I thank God every day that I'm here today, because I started boxing so I don't want to get bullied in school. And then it just turned out to be, I was not going to lie to you, I was rubbish at it. I was a football player originally. Got into a fight in school. Then we was having a meeting. While I was having a meeting, the match was going on, so I missed the match. My mum said to me, don't worry, we'll take you boxing, sparring today. So I went sparring. I'm not going to lie to you, I got beat up. But I loved it. And then I just kept going back. And then here I am today.
So your mum was quite supportive of your boxing career?
She used to take me, even football, she was wait out in the cold. When it was Ramadan and we was fasting, she was eating while driving me to my football matches and that. So I have to respect her, because I wouldn't be here today without her. So yeah, she played a big part in my life. She used to go work, struggle to work, just to help provide for us.
And that's quite crazy as well, because I know a lot of mums, when it comes to boxing, their son wants to get involved and stuff, and the first thing they're thinking is, nah, that's dangerous. You could get brain damage, you could get hurt. So it's interesting to see that your mum was actually supportive.
But it is because she sees. I think she's seen the good things of it. You can imagine the bad things, but the good things, it comes out. It keeps me off the streets, keeps me out of trouble. So that's why I think, all right, you may have brain damage. They see that, but there's a lot of good that comes out of it. You wake up in the morning, you have something to live for.
So let me get this right. So there was a meeting and about you having a fight, and you missed a football match.
Yeah, I still remember that. Clear. Capital City.
So was this a school football match then?
Yeah, Capital City Academy. That's where I first went in year 7.
What was this fight over, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't remember. It was an argument. I can't remember. It was an argument. They just tried to sort it out. And while we were sorting it out, I missed the match. But that's the best thing that's probably happened to me, because I chose a boxing route instead of football.
Okay.
I was in the middle of both.
Okay, so a bad thing turned into a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, confirmed it for me, yeah. So
from there, where did you and your mum go to? Where did she take you to boxing, essentially?
I went to All Stars Boxing Club on Harrow Road. And my friend was going there, so I thought, let me just go there and see. Because everyone when they're younger, they start boxing and that. And then, we went there. I wasn't really good, but I just, enjoyed it. I was watching all the Rocky films, getting gassed. Went to the first boxing session, thought I can beat up everyone. That's how it is. And I just carried on from there.
So I understand you went boxing with a group of your friends, is that right?
Yeah, and a lot of Moroccans there, a lot of other people there, a lot of talented people there, and then you just start seeing them dropping like flies.
So you originally Moroccan, yeah?
Yeah, Moroccan, yeah.
Fully,
yeah.
Okay.
But I was brought up here. I was born here. My mum and dad were born here as well, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in that Moroccan household then?
I wouldn't really say it's more like English because my mum and dad was born here, so it wasn't really like them typical Moroccans. So I was more brought up around English. So that's it's different to all these other Moroccans.
Okay. So you and your friends went to All Stars, started boxing, and you said that each of them dropped off like flies. They wasn't really committed.
No.
Why didn't you go away? What kept you in the sport?
I have no idea. It's just, I don't know. I think I was born to be a fighter because it's something inside of me that didn't let me leave. All obstacles thrown in my way, I just jumping over them and just kept going. With all the problems that I had outside the ring, I kept going. I don't know. I just loved it. I don't know why. I just loved it.
Would you say it was more of like a stress reliever, like whereas people turn to weed and stuff?
The ones that when you finish school, I looked forward to going training. Some people look forward to smoking or linking girls. That was just never my interest. It was just boxing. Get to the gym now. I'm gonna get better, and as I can see myself getting better and catching up to those who were better than me, that kept me motivated.
So how old was you when you started?
I started around 8, 9 years old. I think I was in year 5.
Wow, so really early.
Yeah, year 5 in school. I remember in primary school. Yeah, so I started at 8, 9 years old.
So you went to All Stars boxing at 8, 9.
Yeah.
Did you, in the amateurs, when you started your amateur career, was you only at All Stars or did you move about?
What happened was I was at All Stars for, I think I left when I was 15, but I had my first 6 amateur fights. I only won 1. My second fight was in the Junior ABA London final. I got beat up. I started off beating the guy up, then I got stopped because I wasn't experienced. I'm boxing someone who's had 60 fights, so they wasn't really looking after me at the time, making me lose a lot of weight. So I moved to, where did I go? I went to W10 after that. It was underneath Grenfell Tower. So I was there for about 4 years, had about 20 fights, won about 15. And then the matchmaker died. So there was no fights going on. So I moved from there to Finchley now. So Finchley's where it started to get a bit serious now.
Wasn't that a bit of a journey for you, travelling all the way from west?
Hour and a half there, hour and a half back, but I was so dedicated.
It's a bit tricky getting from West London all the way to north.
But I was so dedicated that I didn't mind it. You know, when you just love something, you don't mind how long it takes to get there. Just get there. And I'd rather have everything out the area. So I keep everything out the area.
Why?
So, I don't know, I just found it better, like, new area.
Less distractions,
yeah. I ain't got to walk through here to see people or nothing. So I went straight, trained Northern Line, High Barnet. Met good people there. So I met Mason, Yasser, met Andy Joshua. So Kwan come there. So yeah, had the good people around us. So I enjoyed it there. Had about 56 fights over there.
At Finchley?
Finchley. They got me fights all the time. As soon as I got there, a week later, fighting. Beat a guy that was 6'2". Southpaw.
Your weight?
Yeah, he come from Birmingham. He had a winning record. I think he had won like 13, lost 2.
Wow.
But he couldn't hit me. I played with him, and then I think for Finchley, I won my first 8 or 9.
So would you say Gary and Sean really helped your growth in boxing? Then?
Yeah, they're the best, the funniest as well. Like every time you go to a fight, you're traveling to a fight, they make you forget about the fight because it's just too funny. Yeah,
especially Gary. Gary's quite funny to be fair. So what made you leave Finchley then?
Finchley, I didn't want to leave Finchley, but we all left. Me, Mason, so we all left. 10 of us left because they left England boxing.
Okay.
Which meant I can't do the English ABAs, and I wanted to do the ABAs before I turned pro. So because they left England boxing, it's like basically me fighting white collar if I stay there. So I moved to Islington. Yeah. I think Islington's where I had my best season. I think I had 11, 110, but all elite levels, and I was beating top boys. Wow. Boys that was beating me when I was at Finchley, which they shouldn't have because my mind went right. I beat them. Wow. And then after that, I just had enough of the amateur game.
So did you win anything in the amateurs then? Any ABAs?
I got to ABA semi-finals and I lost to Pat McCormack.
Oh wow.
Who's on the GB team right now. He just become the best amateur boxer in the UK right now. And he went Olympics, and that was a close fight. He couldn't really hit me, but I didn't throw a lot of punches to win. So
didn't you really want to fight for the Great Britain team because he was doing so well? quite a good prospect.
They were saying like the Great Britain team was saying I box like a monkey because I'm all over the place, like jump up, some awkward shots, and everyone told me my style suits the pro game, innit?
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to turn. I wanted to come. Basically, I went Morocco and I come back from Morocco, and I wanted to do one more ABAs before I turned pro. But then I met my coach daily and that started training with him. And I thought, you know what? It's not gonna make any difference if I just wait around for the ABAs. What if I wait for the ABAs and I get robbed?
Yeah.
As in the judges give me a bad decision. So I thought, you know what? The time's now. So I turned pro.
So this coach here, was he originally at All Stars, the one that you met?
Yeah, but he doesn't. He's not a part of the gym. He just does this. He just trains people using their base, basically.
Okay, that makes
so they're
sense.
not really a part of the gym. We just use their base to train there.
So tell us more about your encounter with your coach now.
You see how I met him?
How you met him and
I was
stuff.
on the way to Finchley and on the train. He heard me talking about boxing.
Yeah.
It's one of my friends, Byron, and then he goes, "What, you're a boxer?" And I go to him, "Yeah." Well, why? He goes, "Yeah, I'm a professional coach." And I said to him, "Check me out." He goes, "I only train good people." And I go, "Yeah, well, then you found someone, innit?" Because he goes, "How many fights you had?" I said, "I think at the time I had 84."
Yeah.
And I said, 84. And he's like, "Rah." So he gave me his card. I took it, but I never contacted him or nothing. I followed him on Instagram. I think it wasn't until a year later, after I seen him about and I seen how he's improved people, and then I got in contact with him. We had a little trial, and me and him clicked. We flowed. We started hitting the pads. We flowed, and then that's it. He started training me from there.
Okay. So at what age did you turn professional then?
24.
24.
Yeah, and I was the last person to come to him, and I've had the most fights with him.
Wow.
Shows dedication that I just stuck to it.
So you've turned professional now.
Yeah.
And it can be said that you've incorporated this drunken boxer
style,
persona in the ring. Where's that come from?
Basically,
Who inspired you to do that?
I like to go to have a little drink in a pub before I fight. I'm joking. No, I don't know, it just came out naturally.
It's like a little Prince Nazim.
I used to love the Drunken Master when I was younger. I used to, Jackie Chan Drunken Master.
Yeah.
I used to go to people's houses and do it. I used to love it.
Okay.
So I think it just come back out of me now because I don't know why I done it. But then it's like you got 20 fighters on the show, and I want to be the one to stand out. I don't want to be the same as everyone else. Even though people will love it or hate it, they're still going to talk about it. Something different.
So you got criticised about that in your amateurs, and going with your new coach. What's his name again?
Daily Perales.
Daily Perales, yeah. In a fight, in your fights and stuff, does he ever criticize you about that style? Does he ever tell you off saying stop? You might get caught with a cheap shot.
Because he said one thing. He said he likes me to be me, just do it at the right time because I was doing it for the sake of it. Sometimes in my second fight, the guy was showboating, so I was doing it back. But he's saying, no, you do it when you want to do it, when you're in control. Don't do it because they're doing it. So that's what I start to do now.
Because you do see it. Because I don't know if you saw that fight between Maxwell and Sididri.
I saw that.
Yeah, and in the 10th round, the last round, that Sididri guy was dominating the whole fight. He had it in the bag. And in that last round, the last 20 seconds of the fight, he got caught with a hook or something. He just lost it and he got knocked out.
But it is.
Do you ever fear that?
I think no, it's because obviously the higher the level, the more serious you gotta be. Like you can't be doing them showboating. But right now, because I know I'm too good for these guys, I can get away with it. But at a high level, I won't be able to get away with it. Right now, it's just about building up a following and keeping people interested.
Okay,
that's the aim.
I respect that. Makes sense. You're 5-1 in the fights. 5-1 rather. I said that wrong. Yeah, and it's still early in your career, and like Floyd Mayweather has created this new kind of stigma in boxing where in order to be great you have to be unbeaten, whereas before, like, you had guys that are legends now like Muhammad Ali, exactly. Mike Tyson, that have lost fights and are still considered great. How has losing a fight so early in your career affected your confidence as a boxer as a whole?
But really, like when I lost that fight, I was more disappointed in myself. Like, how can I lose to someone like that?
Who did you lose to?
Dean Evans. He's a journeyman, but he's a tough one. He comes to win, and he's knocked quite a few people out, and he's got power. So when I lost to him, I was going through depression for about 2 weeks. I don't want to talk to no one. I felt like giving up boxing. I thought, oh, my career's gone downhill now. How can I lose to someone like that? But then again, we know sitting around ain't gonna do nothing for you. The world ain't gonna stop and feel sorry for you. We know that, innit? So you just gotta get up and.
What was some of the things your coach was saying to you after that?
He said, "Don't. We need to put it right."
Yeah.
Because if you really want it that bad, then you'll be back in the gym training again. It's about how bad you want it. So we was gonna get an easy fight, like warm up fight, then get the rematch. Then hold on a second. I thought, hold on a second. Why am I gonna have an easy fight when I want that? I won't be happy with myself. I want him. So I started getting him. I asked my coach for about a week and a half, "Can you get me the rematch?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll get it for you." Every day I'm asking him, and he hasn't got it for me. He's saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna get it for you." And then I think on the last day, he said, "Okay, I'm gonna get it for you," because now he knows that I'm serious.
Yeah.
He wanted to test me to see if I'm serious or not, if I'm just saying it for the sake of it, or do I mean it? So then, yeah, he got it for me. Asked my manager. They said, yeah, they'll only take it over 6 rounds.
Yeah.
You got to be this way, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I agreed to it. And my manager said to me, no one's ever done this before, because to let a journeyman dictate the rules and that is not really known, innit?
Yeah.
So everything he said. So come March now, I gave him a boxing lesson.
So, okay, you gave him a boxing lesson in the rematch. What do you think went wrong in the first fight? And what did you and your coach do to fix those mistakes and get it right the second time?
The first fight, I came to knock him out. Because, I don't know, it's a pro game. It's all about the stoppaging and...
just creating that image for yourself.
Yeah, so I wanted to go out and get stoppages. So I wasn't being myself. I'm a boxer. Hitting, don't get hit. So I'm just trying to, hands up tight, trying to fight these guys. My chin was up. Amateur mistake. And all it was I was beating him up. And then all he done is put his head down and put one over the top of my chin. He hit me so hard, I don't even know how I got up. I just remember getting up and hearing, ooh, and I don't know where I was. I thought, alright, cool, now you've woken up the devil inside me now. Let's have this. I started fighting with him. My coach was like, hold him. So I held him, recovered, beat him up the second round. The third round, I'm coming up to beat him up again. He caught me again the same way. My chin up. Dropped again, carried on beating him up. Then the fourth round, beat him up again. Then I lost on points, 2 points, because of the knockdowns.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have won that fight.
Really, what's that feeling like, having your family, your friends there watching you, and then you lose? Because everyone likes to talk about the glory and stuff like that.
It was the most. Basically, how can I explain it? You got a girlfriend, you was with a girlfriend for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever. Yeah. And you just saw her cheat on you. With another guy. No. Now you know that feeling in there.
Sorry to laugh.
That's the feeling that it hurt. Like, so now I can laugh about it, but then it hurt. It's like the walls are closing up on me. No one really knows how you feel. No one can help you except you. You know when you're going to sleep at night that day, that's the worst sleep ever. Because your mind starts overthinking. Yeah. But I could tell you one thing. That was the best thing that's ever happened to me, that loss. Because now I know I can take a punch. And I've got the most messages I ever got in my whole career from that fight. Wow. People respecting me getting up and fighting on.
Yeah, and you came back and won in the rematch.
Exactly, yeah.
So what are some of the other things that you struggled with being a professional boxer other than that fight?
There's another problem what happened. After I won the rematch, I had a girl that came into my life, and then she messed up my life for about 6 months. And then my mind was, I pulled off 2 fights.
Is it? Wow.
Because my mind went right over a girl. Then I just thought, my life's not... She kept accusing me of doing stuff that I wasn't doing. I couldn't train because of arguments. So girls are dangerous when it comes to this stuff. So now I've learned. So what it was, I caught her cheating on me after she kept blaming me and cheating on her. So wow, it happened. So then I cut her off now, and then I came back. So that's why you heard it in that thing. I said I'm back now. I was missing for a while. Now I'm back. So
would you advise new fighters to just, if you're going to be a professional boxer, solely focus on the sport, forget girls for the time being?
Or find the right girl and read the signs.
And grow.
There's a lot of bad girls that don't want you to do well. They're just with you because you're a boxer kind of thing, not because of who you are.
Because to be fair, a lot of fighters that do have serious relationships, like Tyson Fury, Conor McGregor, I don't know any others off the top of my head, but you can see that these are good relationships and the women that they are with are good for them. So I think that is another important element
you need a girl
in a boxer's life.
Support you, not stress you out to the point where you can't train because your mind's not there. That's very important.
Okay. So do you have any ambitions to try and go for any Southern area titles just yet? or any other titles? Are you ready for that? Are you at that stage yet?
I'll go for that. I'm gonna beat up this guy on the 30th of November. He's meant to be. They're saying he's meant to be good, but I'm hearing everyone's meant to be good until I get in the ring with them and show them what I'm about. So.
And is this on the undercard of Yusuf's fight?
Yeah,
right?
Yusuf's. There's 4 title fights on that show. It's gonna be a good show. Yusuf and that Liam Dillon guy, they're my weight. So obviously I'm gonna keep an eye out for the winner of that, because that's probably a future fight there. Got nothing against none of them. It's just business, isn't it? They're gonna have what I want. I'm gonna be in their way, stopping them from progressing. So it's gonna be a very, very good fight. And I know when I come, boy, if I'm not dying in that ring, boy, then it's gonna be very, very hard to get me, because I got that heart. I just got that desire.
And you've fought Yusuf before?
Yeah.
Do you have any history with him?
You know, it is that we boxed twice. The first time he beat me, but I was going through problems. My mum wasn't well. That season at Finchley, I lost 5-1-1, and I had a sprain. I was fighting with a sprained right hand. So then when I moved to Islington, now I started rematching all the guys that beat me that season. Then I started beating all of them one by one.
Okay, so you're back in your focus.
Yeah, but yeah, them Yusuf's a good fighter. He's got a very, very. I like his coach a lot. I call him Uncle Xavier, and I like him.
Shout out Zev.
Proper, yeah. Because you see him, he's come from nothing, and he's made a name for himself. So and you got to respect that.
Yeah, for sure.
Hard worker.
Definitely respect what Xavier's doing right now, man. Had started his gym from the ground up.
I've seen him. Yeah,
got
I've
a
seen
good
what he's
stable
going
of
through. A lot of
fighters.
criticism, people talking rubbish about him, but look where he is now. He's doing well. So
you can't knock a man that's trying. Got a good stable of fighters.
He's a good role model to the people coming up, changing people's lives for the better. So
for sure,
got to respect him for that.
Was turning pro? Was you ever thinking about going to him maybe rather than this coach, or was it just fate? Just you bumping into this guy?
I did. Xavier was the first guy on my mind, but I think it's where I met Dana on the train, and I seen him, the way he trains fighters, and his style kind of suited mine. And I can see that Xavier had a lot of fighters by the time I turned pro. Yeah. So I just went with Daly. Me and Daly clicked straight away. So yeah, it's like training with him. Okay. But they're both good coaches. They both know exactly what they're talking about. So yeah, they're both very good.
Cool.